Hello everyone, this is Teri. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Amethystastrotarot. I'm a practicing astrologer and a tarot reader, and this video is for my series, for my Decan walk, and it's about the 1decan, 1card, and 1chart. And this is for the third decan of Leo, which means that the last 10 degrees of the sign of Leo, as the sun will be moving through the last 10 degrees of the sign of Leo, which means the last 10 days on average in the sign of Leo for this year at least. And let me share my screen so that you can understand what we are going to be talking about. Like always, this is something else, but I got used to this so that I don't leave any other tabs open so that it doesn't cause any confusion. So when Sun is in the third decan of Leo, according to the descending order or Chaldean order, the decan ruler would be Mars. As we know, the Leo is ruled by the Sun, but as the decan ruler, according to descending order, is Mars, and according to also triplicity order, is also Mars as well. So we have double Mars. So I mean, like in traditional astrology, we can call it like, oh, double malefic, etc. But at the end of the day, we should see how it can be in the sign of Leo and how it could impact if we have any placements, including Sun in the third decan of Leo, what kind of energy, what kind of power, what kind of courage this Mars could give us as the decan ruler, of course, when any of our placements are in the third decan of Leo. And here the minor arcana that's associated with the third decan of Leo is the seven of wands, and the chart that we would be looking into would be the Jennifer Lawrence's chart, who was born on 15th of August. So her sun is in the third decan of Leo, but I will be going through this one by one, and also to understand the Mars in Leo in the birth chart and in terms of transit. I have some videos because as you may remember, this year, I mean, like Mars during its retrograde period, I mean, like in December, Leo, and then went back to Cancer and back to Leo, etc. It's like back and forth, back and forth. There had been a great amount of time that passed in the Cancer and in Leo until it passed into Virgo. It took some time. So about those, you may go back to the videos that I made, the recordings that I made, to have a more understanding of the Mars in Leo in general as well. Having said that, let's look at the Seven of Wands. What do you say? Let's start with the Seven of Wands and how it could be um, in a way interpreted with Mars in Leo, because we have the double. Some people will call it double whammy, but I wouldn't use that wording. And I mean, even it's not a planet. I have also in the third decan of Leo, I have my ascending, so I'm very protective about that. So let's look at the Seven of Wands. I mean, we can think about the process. I mean, the how the things progress. We had first the Five of Wands in the first decan of Leo. I mean, the Saturn in the at least Chaldean order is the decan ruler, and then we are seeing like that. That was that first the competition, and then and then you have that struggle and everyone is trying to be the first, etc. Then we come to this like Jupiter in Leo, haha, and in that sense also that's double Jupiter. And then we see is like, oh, great. I mean, like that now someone is the triumphant, no? The victorious person is sitting on the horse, saddling the horse in a way, and then going around, and it's like the victorious person. But there we were talking, at least I was talking about like it's glorious, etc. But we shouldn't get overwhelmed with the success or exaggerate things, and we should live our, I mean, know our limits. Don't go too much. There is a certain amount of growth expression. We can be all confident about that, but we have to make sure that we have that control to maintain that status that we have just gained after that struggle or that competition in the five of wands. And coming to seven of wands, we see this person, it's like he's holding a wand. He's defensive, no? It's like in a way as if trying to protect himself or trying to protect something from these rest of the six ones that are like going through him. And he's like, it's like, yeah, you are like trying to protect your, I mean, like area, your, I mean, like maybe where you are, or it could be the case that that status that came from. So in a way, for that recognition, no, that is coming through, that attention, every magic comes with a price in a way. I mean, here I think we can easily say that every magic comes with a price. Rumpelstiltskin say so. I mean, here, I mean, like there is that recognition, no, that's power. It's like I'm this, I'm that, etc. But as I have mentioned before, we have to give, I mean, like make an effort. I mean, in a way, in some places, I mean, maybe use more creative energy, in some places be more confident, or being more authentic in a way, that using that um, specific type of courage or bravery to maintain our status. I think that is coming after the six of wands, is that we are trying to do. I mean, like, because when we think it through the cards, I mean, like we weren't the only one wanting that place. Other people wanted, we got it. But now the numbers increase. It was five people. I mean, now it's six people against us. It's like maybe all the world is against us. So, I mean, it's like Mars in Leo. It could be, as I said, it could be some kind of creative power or creative steps that we have to take, more creative steps that we have to take into account, or we have to tap into our more our like authenticity, and or our confident side of ourselves, to be able to defend ourselves in a way, right? I mean, to stand against and to continue standing at the top. I mean, of course, I mean, in those, in a situation like this, like you are standing and like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, I have to be, I mean, really, I have to keep my self together, all myself together, etc. Like that. I think we can be uh, sometimes really much creative than before, or maybe much performant than before, or much confident compared to other situations. And then it's like with the Mars's fury and like that's super energy that could be in benefit for us. But of course, there's always, I mean, I like talking about the limits. It's like we have to, I mean, find a way to temper it in a way and find ways how to deal with this situation, what kind of things we can do so that we don't topple down in a way. It's always like sometimes it could be about like strategies that we maybe those strategies more about it could be in the area of Saturn, but I still think that I mean like here we should think through, and maybe we shouldn't be too we should find a way to rein our impatience or in some cases aggression, etc., and more tap into the much positive, I mean like that barrier, I mean no that confident barrier in ourselves with the Mars in Leo to able to tackle this situation. As I always say, of course, I mean, it's always important uh, to look at the cards within the context, within the limits of the questions, and how the energy that is coming through the current, etc., etc. So I will stop sharing the 701s. And let's look at the chart of Jennifer Lawrence. I think I know her a bit. I know that the Wikipedia is not the best source, but I read a bit. But to be honest, I don't know much about Jennifer Lawrence. I mean, having said that, I mean, I might have watched her movies or something like that, as long as they are not sci-fi or that kind of, that hero characters type of things. Uh, let's see, Jennifer Lawrence said all. Jennifer Lawrence was born on the 15th of August 1990. And by the way, this is not I'm not making any promotion, advertising, or something like that. That Astro.com had it, so I'm putting it also on the Canva template that I made. I also give the source like I always do because I like giving sources what I use for what I use, etc., etc. So born on the 15th of August 1990 in Louisville, and as far as I know, this good chart based on the birth certificate or something like this. So we should have the right information about her ascendant and everything. So as we see, her son, Jennifer Lawrence's son, is in the third decan of Leo, is the 22nd degree, and it's in the ninth house. Ninth house, of course, could be about the long travels, or could be about I mean, the beliefs, the religion, the faith. Also, it could be about the uh, high higher education, because it's the opposite of the third house, which could be related with our primary school years. And when it comes to here, it could be a higher level of education, sometimes university, something related more with the diploma and everything. And sometimes, depending on the thing, it could be about publishing or broadcasting. All that kind of information could come through that, and that's the area. Also, it's about the, as we are talking about the travels, long-term travels, it could be about the foreign cultures and foreign languages and that kind of stuff. And this is the area that Jennifer Lawrence's sun in Leo, that in terms of like all that performance, all that in a way, I mean the way that uh, she wants recognition, maybe for what she's doing, or all that creative energy, the source of that creative energy is shining in the house, ninth house. I mean, it could be about like, as I said, it could be like that she's an internationally known person, could be about that, or it could be like she could be also related with the foreign cultures and everything, and her son in Leo could be shining through that and coming to the Mars as the Decan rulers. I think she could be really, I mean, in that sense, could be really, I mean, really making a lot of effort in a way. I mean, like it's like maybe has to uh, fight with courage, and has to maybe uh, put out her energy or act upon in a very confident way to keep that recognition, thinking of the seven of wands as well. I mean, like it's like that there could be maybe when we think like it's coming natural, there could be a lot of effort or a lot of uh, sometimes struggle, or sometimes there could be kind of, I mean, like the courage that is going in the backstage to be able to maintain that recognition that is coming to that sun in the ninth house in Leo. So that would be about her sun. I always like looking at the moon as well, which they are in actually in sextile with the sun. And there's still time, of course, for the uh, happening, but it would be probably happening actually not so far. This is a balsamic moon stage, as far as I can see. Anyway, that the moon is in Gemini, so it could be about like she could be really for her in her relationships in any type of business, or also the more one-to-one relationships. I mean, it could be really important for her, the this mental stimulation, and that kind of mental exchange, and like that she feels safe. I mean, she may be feeling safe, and also all this security might be coming through rational grounds. I think that could be really important, and also I think that she might feel in a way emotionally fulfilled when her curiosity is fulfilled as well. I think also it could be like that she might be, I mean, both, I mean, in her relationships, but also in general. I think that, I mean, even like communication, this really also social activities, etc., could be giving her emotional comfort as well. So, and her ascendant seems to be in Sagittarius, and when looking at that, I mean, we can think that uh, it's like she might be really she might have a life view that is based on freedom, speaking the truth, and also being more explorative, being open to new ideas, new perspective, and expand her vision as much as she can. Of course, I mean, since her Jupiter is in Cancer, which rules the Sagittarius, I think that in that growth, in that meaning that is coming through life again, it will take her back, it might take her back to her roots, to her family, to her past, and that more nurturing and more caring environment as well. I mean, she should have had her Jupiter return, third Jupiter return, I think a few months ago before the Jupiter moved. It's like not a few months. I mean, I should see, of course, where was the last 29 degree, but it would be have been probably around June or something like she might have had her third Jupiter return, and this could have been also important for her in her life. And it's like also like in the Jupiter returns, we look back in the last 12 years where we improved ourselves in our lives, where we expanded, where we grew, and then that's what happened. All that expansion, all that maybe sometimes freedom or some positive ideas that we had. And then we can see also looking at the return charts, we can see the 12 years ahead, what might be waiting for us in Jupiterian terms as well. So it could have been an interesting period for her. And I think I wouldn't go into the details of more transit, etc. So we have to consider her sun in Leo in that terms, in a way. I mean, like we maybe sometimes can bring to our minds, okay, it could be something like Seven of Wands theme that could be going on sometimes in her life as well, of course. And her Venus is also in Leo, but on the other hand, is in the actually first decan of Leo, where we have the Saturn and Sun as the decan rulers respectively. I think that will be that about Jennifer Lawrence's chart that for the moment, but we can see that she has a very earthy existence as well, and but I think it's more or less kind of well balanced. We can consider it like well balanced enough, though I don't see much air except for moon. Anyway, I will just I think wrap up, not to get more into the details. That would be that with the Jennifer Lawrence's chart. So after this, we will with the 1decan, one card, one chart. We will be going into the Virgo season. That would be my season as well, and I would be really having interesting charts. I mean, I think the second decan, I have a few actors in my mind, but I don't know who to choose because I all like their acting. I think they are also very funny and interesting people. I will choose among them, but for the first decan, I will be still thinking about it, and soon it will be revealed, probably first on my Instagram, and then I will be coming back here. So please stay tuned and all the best. Bye bye.